episode of Wash Talk is sponsored by the Northeast Regional Carwash Convention. To learn more about the show, visit nrccshow.com. Welcome back to another episode of Wash Talk. This is your host, Camille Renner. And today I'm really excited to talk about an upcoming show with you guys. As many of the audience is probably aware, the Northeast Regional Carwash Convention is coming up September 19th through the 21st. And today, to preview the show a little bit, we have Dave Ellard and John Shalbey with us to talk about it. Welcome to Wash Talk, Dave and John.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate having us here.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you for giving us a little sneak peek into the show. We're really looking forward to making the trip to Atlantic City. And I do have a lot I want to cover today, but before we get started on the NRCC related questions, I'd like to just hear a little bit about your background in car washing outside of the work you do with the NRCC. So Dave, could you go ahead and tell me a little bit about what you do outside of the convention?
Sure. I've been in the car washing business for 15 years. I own 2 washes that also have gas stations, convenience stores, and oil change facilities. Prior to that, I was in corporate life in the finance and IT side. Probably for 12 years now, I've been associated with the New England Carwash Association, our regional association. I'm the past president of that group. And one of my assignments, because I'm still active with that board, is to be our representative with John on the NRCC. So that's where I spend my time with, and I'm also actually a member of the ICA board.
Oh, great. All right, John, you're up.
So my name is John Shalbey. I'm also on the NECA. I'm the treasurer. I own with my family 3 car washes now, and I've been born into it. My father started the car washes in 1967. And I came in right after college. He passed away young when I was young, came in and been running ever since. Love the industry. Always have loved car washing. We have a portfolio of different businesses, gas stations, convenience stores, mainly real estate, commercial, retail, and residential. But the car washing has always been my favorite. So that's where I've decided to expand and grow.
Well, great. Well, congratulations on both of your success. Thank you for your contributions to the industry. You mentioned that you both are active in the New England Carwash Association, which is this year's NRCC host. Can you tell me which other associations are involved in the NRCC?
Sure, want me to take that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so there are 5 organizations that make up the Northeast Regional. There's the Connecticut Car Wash Association, the New York Car Wash Association, New Jersey, then Mid-Atlantic Car Wash Association, and of course, the New England Car Wash. So there's 5 of us who make up the group. We've been running the show for, it's been over 30 years, I guess.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And all 5 associations participate in running the show every year, quite frankly. We all pitch in to help. But each year we take a turn to kind of be the lead organization, which primarily comes down to being the spokesperson for the event, like we're doing with you here today, and picking the keynote speaker and kind of being the lead coordinator. So this year it's our turn to do that, and John and I have agreed to co-host.
Well, great. Looking forward.
Show me the ropes.
Have you been the chairman before, Dave?
No, I was on the board when New England ran it last time, so I've seen this happen before, but officially this is my first.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So going more into specifics about the show, we were just putting together our exhibit product guide today that we'll have at the show. And I was taking a close look at the schedule, and I was reading up about some of the breakout sessions that will be offered at the NRCC. And I noticed that 2 of them are very heavily involving hiring and training exercises, which is really prevalent. So this is going to be some great programming. Could you tell me a little bit more about those sessions and maybe who's leading them?
Of course, yes. Anyone who's ran a car wash this past year, or even since COVID started, has realized that labor has been one of the biggest challenges. My business is small, and it's just funny because I went from running a business to being the hiring manager the past 2 years. So that's one of the reasons we focused on it. So there's no theme around labor and the show, but it's definitely a hot topic. So our session will be facilitated by Sudsy salmon operator Jason Woodward. Jason is coming all the way from Alaska, and he's going to share his insight on how he's able to find and keep exceptional talent at the washers with everything going on. And hopefully he can give us all some tips and tricks. Our second labor geared program will involve mentorship and will be put on by Carla Thompson, and she's the HR manager for Mr. Carwash. Mr. Carwash is a large chain, but Carla's also going to share with us some mentoring and tips and retention tips and how easy it is to accomplish, even if you only run a site with 1 or 2 employees. So whether you have one location with a couple employees or a large chain, it's going to be valuable for all. Both of these speakers are going to bring a really unique perspective to their presentations.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, those are 2 very different organizations that they're going to be talking from. So I'm really interested to hear both of their perspectives.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking forward to it. And then I know the big event, the keynote speaker is Travis Mills. And sometimes the keynote speaker is not from car washing as we see it during these shows. So can you guys just talk a little bit about what Travis Mills can bring to the car wash community and why he was chosen?
Sure. Is that mine or yours?
No, it's yours.
The keynote speaker is a big topic for us, the NRCC. I know some organizations put less emphasis on the keynote speaker. Some wonder whether it's worth the investment. But I can tell you at the NRCC, we have all agreed that we think it's an important part of a trade show. From a business perspective, we think it's a draw. If you have a good name, an inspirational leader, talker, then I think people want to come. I mean, how often do you get to be in a room with Chris Christie, right? You'd see him on the news, but I had never been in a room with him until last year. So I think it's a draw for the show. And I think when you're at a show, there's a lot of broken up sessions, right? You're on the floor or you're in an education session. It's different than somebody else. To get everybody in one room and hear one message that's inspirational, educational, motivational from a key figure, I think is a memory that you keep. You may forget this product or this session or that session, but I can tell you, I remember all the keynote speakers that I've gone to at significant shows. So we've had 2 sponsors who have given us significant contributions to get keynote speakers. And in this case, we went with Travis Mills. It's always a big discussion as to which way to go and to try to find one that's a good fit and is available. And this year, I think it was unanimous when we came up with Travis Mills' name, that he was the type of guy that I think would leave a good message with the audience.
Absolutely.
Would be an attraction and a draw, and would probably put life in perspective for the rest of us as we think we're working so hard at the car wash.
Of course.
When you can have a guy like Travis talk about his life. So we think it's going to be a big deal, and we're happy to have him.
Yeah, and we can't thank Innovative and Michael Ledger enough for helping us out with that.
Absolutely. And as much as we all love living, breathing, car washing, I think it will be a nice break to not talk just about car washing for a little bit
That's
at the show.
That's true.
Yes, and it'll, like Dave said, it'll all make us a little more, put things in perspective of how we can be happier and more positive too.
Definitely. Well, thank you for bringing him in. Sure, it's going to be a treat for everyone. And then highlighting some people that are notable people in our own industry, I wanted to talk about the awards a little bit and the awards luncheon. And what awards are you planning on giving out?
Well, we can't tell you who they are. You have to come to the show to find that out. But we have 4 awards we're going to be giving out. First off, we have the NRCC Hall of Fame Award, and the recipient has put hours of hard work into ensuring that the NRCC produces a first-rate show. This is, we don't want to say too much of a surprise, but it's basically for a person that really helps out the show, get it off the ground and keeps it going and puts that first-rate show together for everyone that's coming. We have a Most Distinguished Person Award. That's selected by the Host Association, which is NECA. And that can go to an operator as well as a vendor. And it's a way to acknowledge an individual for their work for their host association. be it legislatively or in support of that association, any way the association deems fit. And then we have an Emerging Leader Award. That was created to acknowledge rising managers who see a future in the industry and have demonstrated strong leadership in industry service. And then our most recent award is the Guiding Light Award. And I'm saying award so much in my Boston accent, I feel like you're going to say, is it an award or award? I'm going to overcompensate. I'm saying award. No. And the one that does not have to be given out annually, but we are giving it out this year. So it was actually created to acknowledge and thank your own Sandy Murphy for her tireless efforts to help us market and grow the show. It's bestowed to an individual who has helped shape and influence the professional car wash industry through their dedication and service to its growth and development. So definitely come. We have some great recipients this year, and we hope to see you guys all at the show and see you all at the awards luncheon.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, can't wait to see who the winners are. It'll be very exciting.
Absolutely.
And just more of a fun question for people who maybe this is their first time coming to Atlantic City for the show. I wanted to know what both of your favorite parts of Atlantic City outside of the NRCC are.
You go, John, first.
Okay. Outside of the NRCC or?
Yes. It can't be a car wash also.
Okay, so I personally just like, when you're working at your wash, at least for me as an operator, you kind of put up these blinders a little bit. You don't try, but they happen. Getting to New Jersey helps me get out of the routine. It helps me talk to people while I'm there, network, and kind of refresh myself on new ideas, new strategies, anything to do I can do new, or find out what someone else is doing really well and I can improve on it. And it's just nice to get out. You go to these dinners with people you don't see. You'll talk to a distributor or a manufacturer on the phone, weekly. You don't know who the person is. And then you get to meet them, go to dinner, and kind of like, in a sense, let your hair down, a little bit to get out and meet these people that have been so good to you over the years, months, or weeks.
So you want it outside the NRCC?
Outside the NRCC.
Because the standard answer
dinner.
that I would say is, well, I want to love to see that keynote speaker.
Yeah.
And of course, I have to look at all the new equipment from the vendors who really drive and support this show. I got to do that. I'm a big one for, if you just live at your wash in your local area and you're not getting out socializing with other operators, then you're missing out on a lot. And let me add to that to answer your question more directly. I'm looking forward to a few Delmonicos and ribeyes.
Yes.
And what I've learned from that is when I traveled in business in Asia, I learned more about what was going on in my operations out there when I went out for a drink at night with the teams. And I used to think that was kind of more of an Asia Pac kind of experience. It's an Atlantic City thing.
Oh my God.
Because when I go out at night and meet other people in the business and have my beer and my bourbon, I learn a lot.
You almost don't want to leave the
sessions.
bar. You're staying up so late, not because you want to keep staying up and enjoy the night. You're staying up there because you're getting so many little bits of information that you just want to stay up and keep going.
Right. So getting out with others in the industry and socializing and networking over drinks and food, there's a huge amount of value in that.
Huge.
Huge. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. If you want an outside the trade show answer.
Yes, that's perfect. Well, thank you both so much. I really appreciate your time today.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. We thank you for interviewing us.
Our guests today have been Dave Ellard and John Shalbey Jr. of the Northeast Regional Carwash Convention. The 2022 NRCC is taking place September 19th through the 21st in Atlantic City, New Jersey. For show updates, be sure to visit www.nrccshow.com. The professional car washing team is looking forward to seeing you all there at the show. Safe travels. If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to listen to more success-driven solutions from professional car washing and detailing, subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher.